Welcome to this Friday edition of The Morning Show with Riley King, right here on the Riley King Network. It's Friday, August 12th, 2022. Good, happy Friday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and thank you for joining us for this Friday edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to rise and shine and grab a good cup of coffee. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this Friday edition of The Morning Show with Riley King, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all enjoy watching. We have a lot of things to cover this Friday morning on The Morning Show with Riley King. So let's get started. First up, we're going to begin with your news coverage. First up, DOJ files motion to unseal Mar-a-Lago search warrant. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The thing that's different about a Verbo vacation home, you always have the whole place to yourself.
Quiet week in Washington, wasn't it? Yes, it was a crazy week, rather. Had the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, we saw making that statement about the FBI raid at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. Listen.
Just now, the Justice Department has filed a motion in the Southern District of Florida to unseal a search warrant and property receipt relating to a court-approved search that the FBI conducted earlier this week. That search was of premises located in Florida belonging to the former president. The department filed the motion to make public the warrant and receipt in light of the former president's public confirmation of the search, the surrounding circumstances, and the substantial public interest in this matter.
Joining us now to discuss these developments is ABC Chief Washington Correspondent Jonathan Karl in D.C. And then we have ABC News Deputy Political Director Avery Harper right here with us in our Times Square studios. John, I'm going to begin with you. Yes, there's a lot of public interest, as we heard from the Attorney General there. We now know that it's going to all be unsealed, the search warrant. What do we think we're going to discover?
Well, we're going to learn some very important basic information about what was going on. We're going to learn the outlines of why this search was conducted. That will include the statutes that were potentially violated, the laws that were potentially broken. There'll also be an addendum to this that would have the list, what they call a receipts or invoice of the documents of the items that were taken from Mar-a-Lago. But keep in mind, Amy, given that some of this was incredibly sensitive, classified information, this won't exactly be a detailed list. I expect that it will be redacted. It's not going to, when you're dealing with highly classified information, even the list of that information can be classified.
But John, we saw the Attorney General come out. Did he do this in response to what he has already been hearing from the former president, President Trump calling this an assault? Making some suggestion that they're kind of after him. Is this his way of responding, saying, hey, you knew we were after this stuff?
Look, the fact that Trump has been essentially slandering, Trump and his allies, many of his Republican allies, have been essentially slandering the Department of Justice, slandering the FBI, accusing them of making an excuse to go down for political reasons, to rummage through himself. I think that he saw very much a public interest in setting the record straight and providing the truth about what was behind the execution of this search warrant, so that it wouldn't just be Donald Trump's lies on Truth Social that the world would know about. Where does it go next? There is a legal process here that may be quite lengthy, and we may find to be quite frustrating, because it may be some time before we actually learn what was going on here. It reminds me a little bit of the Hitchcock movie, North by Northwest, where you had all that activity going on. And it was all, in the end, it was all about what? It was about government secrets. And we never actually learned what those government secrets were. So I don't know, I think we're going to be frustrated with the amount of information that we're going to learning how slow it will come out.
Leave it to John Karl. We love having you on, man. You even got some Hitchcock in on this.
Yeah,
It's a great movie, by the way.
Yes.
Hey, let's bring you in here first. Welcome to the program. Good to have you here in studio. Busy time in Washington, but we see what's happening with the Inflation Reduction Act. Yes, President Biden getting this through. Gas is below $4 a gallon now. His approval numbers have been pretty bad for a little while. Is this act going to help, and those little falling gas prices going to help?
Right. I think that the White House certainly hopes so. If you look at the latest ABC Ipsos poll, you will see that the president's approval is at 37%. And if you look specifically at inflation, his handling of inflation, his approval is at 29%, disapproval at 69%. When I talk to White House officials, they are hopeful that with the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, that Americans will start to feel the impact of that legislation, and hopefully those numbers will go up. But that, frankly, remains to be seen.
Yeah, and we are going to be seeing President Biden, Vice President Harris, members of the cabinet going out and celebrating this Inflation Reduction Act. What is going to be their message to Americans, and do you think it will resonate?
Right. They are going to be fanning out across the country, and they are going to be making the argument, taking that argument to the American people that they have been fighting the special interests, that President Biden and Democrats more broadly have been fighting special interests, and that Republicans, they say, have been siding with special interests and standing in the way of transformative legislation. So that is what they're going to be saying to folks. Again, the timing is critical. We are closing in on midterms, and if Democrats want to push forward on their agenda, they're going to need control of one or both chambers of Congress, and quite frankly, that is a tall order.
One other thing, why is it so important to keep an eye on Wyoming and Alaska coming up on Tuesday?
Right. I am in particular watching two women. I'm watching Senator Lisa Murkowski and Congresswoman Liz Cheney. Both of them are facing Trump-backed challengers. Both of them have been outspoken against former President Trump. And so we'll see what happens in those races. In Alaska, and this might be Lisa Murkowski's saving grace, is that there is a new voting system there. And in that primary, regardless of party, all the candidates will appear on the same ballot, and the top four will advance to November. Liz Cheney, on the other hand, is widely expected to lose her race, so I'm eager to see what her next steps are.
Avery, it is really good to have you on the program.
Thank
and
you.
In studio. Again, this is our
thank you.
Deputy Political Director, Avery Harper, and then our GMA3 contributor now, Jonathan Carl. Good to have you here.
And if you want more Jonathan Carl, we've got this programming note for you. Jonathan Carl will have much more on This Week, Sunday morning, with exclusive interviews with Maryland Governor Larry Hogan and Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Dick Durbin. Be sure to tune in. Thank you both so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Wildfires rip through French courtside aimed drought. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk.
Down to what firefighters are calling a monster fire, showing no signs of letting up this morning. The wildfire in southwest France is being fueled by intense heat and historic drought conditions. Ginger is tracking the latest there.
This morning, new fires burning across France. More than 11,000 people forced to evacuate their homes and farms. Some will never return. At least 17 homes destroyed so far. Help pouring in from across Europe. About 1,200 firefighters trying to cut fire lines and save several towns.
There are long spot fires like this that stretch across the roads, but a lot of the activity of all of the volunteer firefighters, the firefighters from all over Europe that have descended to help as this thing has ballooned to more than 18,000 acres, has been on these country towns to save them.
The fire fanned by high temperatures and extreme drought, representing just a fraction of what our changing and warming climate can amplify.
This is the line. You built the fire line.
The southwestern Bordeaux region, known for France's second largest industry, doing all they can to protect the vines.
It was very, very dry. There's not much we can do about it.
Parts of France now going more than a month without rain, and more than 60% of the continent of Europe is in drought.
An extremely hot and dry day again today will challenge the firefighters, but by this weekend, some flash floods even possible in parts of France. Now, I want to take you to what's happening in the Northeast because we just got an update on the drought monitor. New York City, for example, 1 week ago did not have that type of severe drought. Look at it now, and look at Massachusetts, from 0% of extreme drought to nearly a quarter of the state. Some good news coming there in a bit, but let's also talk about the big headline I want to make sure you did not miss, the Arctic. Several studies now in this week coming out from NASA and others telling us that what we've known forever about Arctic and sea ice, they are warming not 2 or 3 times faster than the rest of the globe like we thought, but George, 4 times faster than the rest of the globe since 1979.
Okay, Ginger, thanks. That is some tough news.
Well, hey there, GMA.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Wow. Tough news there. Life in Afghanistan after drone strike that killed Al-Qaeda leader. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The U.S. strike that took out the head of Al-Qaeda. Our team now inside Afghanistan with a look at how it went down and what life there is like 1 year after American troops left. Our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, is in Kabul with this story. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Cecilia. From a city that's still reeling from that U.S. drone strike on the world's most wanted terrorist. Remember, Ayman al-Zawahiri, the head of Al-Qaeda, he helped plan the 9/11 attacks. He was tracked to a safe house here in Kabul. President Biden giving the orders to, quote, go get him. But it's also raising fears that Afghanistan could be a safe haven for terrorists once more. Remember, it's now almost a year since U.S. troops withdrew. On one level, the city looks very similar. You see chaotic scenes behind me, but also the people driving the pickup trucks, the people carrying some American-made weapons. These guys here are the Taliban. There's open warfare between ISIS and the Taliban, and this new Afghanistan's become a land of broken promises. Girls unable to finish high school, women forced to wear the veil, and over 90% of the population now effectively denied regular access to food. We've been seeing young babies, many of them malnourished this morning. The scenes are absolutely heartbreaking.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we are going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather. And here is a look at the weather across the United States for this Friday. Boston, 77 degrees. New York City, 84 degrees. Washington, D.C., 84 degrees. Atlanta, 87 degrees. Jacksonville, Florida, 90 degrees. Tampa Bay, Florida, 89 degrees. And Miami, Florida, 90 degrees. Dallas, 95 degrees. Phoenix, 103 degrees. Los Angeles, 92 degrees. Las Vegas, 97 degrees. And San Francisco, 73 degrees. That is a look at the weather across the United States for this Friday. Happy Friday and happy TGIF. Let's take a look at this. Mom of 4 shares her top back to school hacks. Let's take a look at the hacks.
Meet Zach. His work-life balance is anything but balanced, but when he gets on the bike, he becomes Zen Zach. And Zen Zach rides with Geico, because saving money and getting great coverage is totally chill. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
I set up this breakfast station for my family. My family wakes up at different times in the morning. My oldest, Lala, she gets up very early. So I like to have the breakfast station downstairs and she can go downstairs and really make her own breakfast. You can do it as little as on a counter, or you can put it like I did on a bar cart and make a big station. Something I like to do is meal prep on Sundays. And what you do is you put different bins of food groups. So there's a protein, a dairy, a fruit, a vegetable, a treat, and you kind of lay it out for the week and you show all the different options to your family. And then in the morning, instead of having to think of what you're going to pack everyone, you just pull the bins out and let your family, let the children go through each bin. They know to pick one from each bin. and pack their own lunch. I like picking our outfits out on Sunday and having them ready for the week. You can leave the outfits in the shoe rack organizer, which is great. Leave 5, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they just pull out on the day of the week and they know what they're gonna wear. This is a mirror that I started last year by our front door. Again, mornings can be hectic, and I really think the tone that you set when your children leave the door in the morning sets their entire day. And the idea behind this I am mirror is that before they leave the house, they look in it and they say to themselves, I am motivated, I am powerful, I'm a great lacrosse player, I am going to change the world. They say things to each other and themselves out loud. And I really think it gives them that confidence.
Okay, there you go. Great tips there. We love it. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into some entertainment news. And today in entertainment news, Kim Kardashian spits up shot at Kylie Jenner's 25th birthday. Let's take a look at that video from Entertainment Tonight.
Wait, what?
It looks like Kim Kardashian couldn't keep up with the shots at her sister Kylie Jenner's 25th birthday bash.
It was really tough for me.
Yeah, you can say that. It all happened as Kylie rang in the Big 2-5 aboard a private yacht with family and friends. She turned it into a little vlog for TikTok.
Birthday party on the boat. Hi, guys.
Hey! With birthdays come presents, and as Kylie opens up her luxury gifts, Kim, who doesn't drink alcohol, surprises her fellow partygoers when she asks this.
Does anyone have a shot I can take?
Yeah! Ask and you shall receive, Kimberly.
Why not?
Wait, what?
The beauty mogul totally spits the shot back into the cup. It was a nice try, Kim.
You just gotta roll with it.
Kim rolled with it this time, and maybe it'll be the last time. Again, Kim's not exactly the slamming shots type.
The biggest misconception of me is that I'm a wild, crazy party girl. I mean, I don't even drink alcohol, so I can't stay up too late and party.
But even though Kim tapped out, the shots kept coming. Kylie also threw one back with Lala Anthony.
My glass is empty.
25 shots for the party together.
They're joking that they're taking 25 shots for Kylie's 25th birthday, right?
I love it.
We're sure all the birthday fun is a nice escape for Kim. She's coming off her breakup with Pete Davidson. A source tells ET the pair split after the spark between them faded. They had tons of chemistry and still do, but she kind of wants to be single and date.
Pete has got to be literally the best human being I've ever met. Like the best heart. He's really, really thoughtful and humble and just so genuine. I would say the perfect word to describe Pete is genuine.
Our source says all that love is still there. The two just work better as friends. Quote, there's no drama or anything weird between them now. No drama, just vibes. And we hope the TikToks from this B-Day adventure keep them coming, even if Kim can't always hang.
Wait, what?
Okay, and that was your entertainment news for this Friday. And we have a little special treat for all of you on this Friday. And let's take a look at Megan Thee Stallion, her performance on right now.
I bet your jaw drop if you ever see me. I'm her. She. Take a pic, it's me. Body I'm pressure-licious, yeah. She pressure-licious and I crave. Take a picture of my bag, now these press the get. Take a picture, shake my, now your press the hit it, push it.
Okay, and I hope you enjoyed this edition of The Morning Show with Riley King, right here on the Riley King Network, and I hope you enjoyed the little performance from Megan Thee Stallion. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, everyone, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with another edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and goodbye.